Hi there everybody, Ollie here, aka Secret Nimbus here with another episode of Magic Duels Origins. So for today's episode we're going to be carrying on with the Battle for Zendikar campaign. So last episode we did some pack openings and we did the first mission, and today we're doing the second mission. So if you hope to reclaim the Sea Gate, you will need the help of those willing and able to fight. When you approach a group of Zendikari, they are hostile. They band together against you, the outsider. You're going to have to prove yourself. Okay, so it looks like we're taking on a random group of Zendikari. It looks like we've got like some merfolk, a vampire, some humans as well. Okay, so Gideon versus Zendikari. So we've got a Glory Seeker, not a bad turn to play. We've got Stasis Snare, so Flash enters the battlefield, exile target creature an opponent controls until Stasis Snare leaves the battlefield. Okay, I think I might keep this hand. It's not too bad an opening hand. We've also got Tandem Tactics, up to 2 target creatures you control gain +1/+2 until end of turn, and I gain 2 life. Okay, so that's actually in the deck. So again, that's going to be another like life gain card potentially. So what's my opponent going to do? So we've got a Cliffside Lookout, so a Core Scout ally. Creatures you control gain +1/+1 until end of turn. That is actually in the set. So that's definitely a weenie-esque card, I'd assume. So it's going to be good for late game weenie decks. So we'll drop you. We've got a Shadow Glider for next turn, and we've got a Glory Seeker as well to come down. So basically the 2-mana version of the 2/1 creature. It's just got that extra health for the extra 1 mana. We do have our flying creature to come down, which is quite nice. And we do have a Stasis Snare to potentially exile a tricky creature. So we've got an Evolving Wilds with new art, which is kind of nice. So it's a Eldrazi themed art, which is pretty cool. So I like that. The Eldrazi may be ruthless, but Zendikar is relentless. Zendikar is definitely an interesting plane. So my opponent's gone for green-white. Interesting. We'll drop our 3rd mana. We've got another retreat to Emeria, so a nice landfall card. This time we won't be getting like milled anywhere near as heavily, which is quite nice. So he's not going to block there. We're going to drop the Shadow Glider, so a 2/2 flyer. And then hopefully we'll get a 4th mana to start dropping the retreat to Emeria's, which could be quite cool. So we can either put tokens on the battlefield or pump up our creatures. So yeah, again, this is for like a white weenie deck. I'm actually looking forward to putting together a token deck now. It's actually viable again. Like, apart from Thopters, there wasn't really any other viable token deck. But I think with the expansion, it's definitely viable to have some kind of white weenie deck in place. Okay, we found another Stasis Snare, which is interesting. So I might use Tandem Tactics this turn, so swing with both these creatures. Then potentially have him, if he blocks that one in particular. So we use Tandem Tactics, go 1/2. Pump up both my creatures. We gain 2 life, we kill his creature, we push through 3 damage. Pretty good. So yeah, we could do that 4th mana, really, to play the retreat. Once he played a McKindy Patrol, which has Rally, so whenever another ally enters the battlefield, creatures you control gain Vigilance till end of turn. So yeah, I quite like the ally mechanic. It's like ally tribal almost, I suppose. So this one gets Vigilance till end of turn. Pretty sweet. So an ally deck is definitely going to be a thing, I think, with the expansion. Ooh, there we go. We've got a 4th mana drop, so we can now play the Retreat to Emeria. Get that in play. I think we'll swing with the 2/2 flyer. We'll save this one to block the 1/1. Unless he gets the 5th mana, in which case I will not be blocking the 1/1. Although he might not want to sacrifice... I don't know. What we got here then? Core Entanglers, Rally. So it's another ally creature. So with this one... creatures under your target creature and opponent controls. Okay, so they all get Vigilance and that one gets tapped as well. Interesting. So we potentially want to kind of exile a couple of these cards at some point. So he's going to swing for 3 at my face. We are ahead though at the moment in terms of damage. She's not too bad. Okay, so we managed to find our 4th mana. So we've got to choose this turn whether or not we want to play a second Retreat to Emeria, or whether or not we want to Stasis Snare, say for example the 3/4. So I think I may give my creatures +1/+1. What do I do now? I'm going to do Retreat to Emeria. Ah, no, that was actually the wrong choice. I should have Stasis Snared there. Damn, that was the wrong choice. So choose one. I'm going to put 1 core onto the battlefield and give my creatures +1/+1. My friends just invited me to play. I will possibly play after I finish recording. We'll just swing for 3 at the moment, I think. Take him down to 10. So we do have an extra blocker in the form of a core ally. Another Revolving Wilds. Like I said, I do like the new art on the Zendikar one, which is kind of cool. Is this an ally? Nope, it is a Serene Steward. So at least... so whenever core entanglers or another ally enters the battlefield, is this actually an... Oh, this is an ally as well. I did not realise that. Okay. So I might take a bit of a pasting this turn. So he's played a Stonework Puma, which is a cat ally. So yeah, these ally decks are kind of insane. So I'm about to take a hell of a lot of damage to my face right here. So 6. So it's not too bad, but at the same time, it's quite a bit. And they've all got Vigilance as well. So I probably want to get rid of these two with some Stasis Snares, I think. So he's sacrificing that for another mana. Please say we get a land drop here. This could be awesome if we do. There we go. So I'm going to Plains. I'm going to get a core. Do I get 2 cores, or do I give my creatures plus... I'll give my creatures +1/+1 this turn, I think. And then we're going to Stasis Snare you and you, I think. So I especially want to exile you. So what can I do with this one? I'm wondering why this is highlighted up, which is interesting. So... Oh yeah, because it was still activated. Right, okay. And then I think I probably want to Stasis Snare you as well. So I get rid of the 2 like ally creatures, which are kind of like buffing all the other ones. There we go. And then we'll just swing over his head with the 3/3. So yeah, another land drop next turn could be pretty devastating for my opponent. Is he going to swing? He's going to swing with a 2/2, but I'll let that go through. I could block it and kill it, but I'll let that go through. It will only put me at 10, so I'm not too bothered there. Do we get a land drop? No, but we do get an Eagle of the Watch. So I think I'm just going to swing overhead with my 2/2 flyer, play my other flyer, which has flying and vigilance, which is cool. So the Retreat to Emeria is pretty cool. Like I said, that's definitely going to make token decks viable, as we'll be able to generate plenty of core ally tokens. So yeah, that could also work well in just an ally deck as well, just creating loads and loads of ally tokens to kind of activate all of the abilities. I'm looking forward to making some of these decks. I'm talking about them now, but okay, this is pretty much game over. So we're just going to basically pump up everything by +2/+2. And then just swing for the face. There we go. So I think we'll win just with the flyers in the air at this rate. So we shall kill... Doesn't really matter which way around we do that, as it's just going to kill them. There we go. So beating the Zendikari. Gain 20 gold as well for our troubles. So, by fighting with honour, you earn the trust of the Zendikari, in particular Kiora, which is one of the new planeswalkers in the expansion, a powerful merfolk planeswalker. With her help, you assemble an army and lead them towards the Sea Gate. After a rendezvous with Nissa, you're ready for battle. Okay, so looks like we're taking on some more Eldrazi in this particular match. So what do we got to do? So you fearlessly lead your new army against the massive Eldrazi at the Sea Gate. The odds are against you, but you're determined, and the Zendikari follow your lead. The battle is hard fought, and just when you need it most, your ally Jace Beleren arrives to turn the tide. So basically, we're missing 2 planeswalkers from the Origins. So we're missing Liliana and we're missing Chandra at the moment. Okay, that's cool. We've actually got like green-white now. So a Freeblade looks pretty good. So whenever had a Freeblade or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, you may put a +1/+1 counter on the Freeblade. Lantern Scout, so this is a rally creature, so this looks pretty good actually. I'm going to keep this. Shouldn't really have started off with the Evolving Wilds there, but it's not too much as we don't really have a turn 2 play anyway. Should have saved that maybe for the Retreat to Emeria, as we could have actually activated it twice in hindsight, but hindsight's a wonderful thing. So I think we should grab green mana here, because we've already got 1 green mana. We can play a Plains this turn anyway to play the Hat of Freeblade. So we'll play you this turn. So what we've got here then, Royal's Retribution deals 5 damage divided as you choose among any number of target attacking or blocking creatures. Okay, quite cool. Could be useful in like white control decks. Yes, I would like to use his ability. Oh right, he actually gets... I forget that the allies can actually just activate their own abilities whenever they drop immediately on the battlefield. So it looks like at the moment we've got blue-black Eldrazi deck. So we've got here then, Culling Drone. So Devoid, Ingest. Okay, fair enough. So it's colourless with Devoid, with Ingest as well, sorry. So I think we'll play out the second white mana. What have we got here then? We've got Gideon's Reproach, deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. Okay, so we could potentially kill something like that, but whenever Lantern Scout or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, creatures you control gain lifelink until end of turn. Now I want to play this because this will give this creature lifelink like right now. Although, oh yeah, we'll get the counter and it will get lifelink as well, which is pretty bonkers. So I can swing with this now, which is awesome. So Gideon's Reproach would be a bit of a waste on the Culling Drone. So we actually gain 2 life there. Because this could be useful picking off some of the smaller Eldrazi, I think. What we got here then, Dominator Drone, Devoid and Ingest, and when Dominator Drone enters the battlefield, if you control another colourless creature, each opponent loses 2 life. Okay, fair enough. You do that. So we go back down to 20, because he had another colourless creature, thanks to the Devoid. And he's swinging with the 2/2. I think we're going to skip blocking this turn. I don't really want to lose my Lantern Scout. So we lost Canopy Vista, which was a green-white card. Okay, we'll play the Forest here. Now, do I want to play Veteran War Leader? So Veteran War Leader's power and toughness are equal to the number of creatures you control. Tap another untapped ally you control. Veteran War Leader gains your choice of First Strike, Vigilance or Trample until end of turn. Wow, that's pretty crazy. So I'm actually going to drop this one now. We'll pump you up. You'll get lifelink as well. You get lifelink, but that's not really the end of the world. So gains your choice of First Strike, Vigilance or Trample. That's awesome. So I'm just going to swing with the 3/4 at this point. We gain 3 life. He might potentially block. Nope, he does not, so that goes through. And then we just hit continue. So what I might do is actually just tap this one and then give it First Strike against the Dominator Drone. So he's going to play the Dominator Drone. So what I'm going to do is tap another untapped ally. So I'm going to tap you, give you First Strike, which will allow me to kill this without losing it. Oh, what's he got here then? So he's got Complete Disregard. Exile target creature with power 3 or less. Okay, you do that. At least I blocked it first, so no attack damage goes through. Is that in the set? That is in the set. Cool. So we shall drop the Retreat to Emeria here, I think, and then a Plains, so we can actually pump up our creatures. My friends asked me to play again, but I'm recording, so no, I will not be playing. Let me just disable Steam for now. So close you. What am I looking for? View friends. I'm just going to go to away, just so it doesn't keep popping up. There we go. And then, do I attack with both? Yes. Yes, I do. For lots of damage here. I don't get any... could have played the core ally, I suppose, which would have given both these lifelink, but yeah, I can always do that next turn if I get another mana. Don't have enough mana for the Dominator Drone and the Gideon's Reproach this turn, but we do almost have enough for the Raw Retribution, so he decided not to block. Interesting. Get another land drop, so I'm going to put a core ally onto the battlefield, which will pump this up and give this one lifelink. So what's he doing? Devoid. Target exile target creature with power 3 or less. So my Had of Free Blade does go to the graveyard, unfortunately. So I don't know what that did there. I think I used its ability to put a +1/+1 counter on it, but I think we'll skip attack there. We do have the Royal's Retribution, which I can afford? No, I can't afford for some reason. Why can I not afford that? It's 5 mana and I've got 5 mana, which is kind of weird. Oh, it's against attacking or blocking creatures. Oh wow, we've got Ulamog's Despoiler. So, as Ulamog's Despoiler enters the battlefield, you may put 2 cards from your opponent's exile into their owner's graveyard. If you do, Ulamog's Despoiler enters the battlefield with 4 +1/+1 counters on it. Wow, that's pretty devastating. So, I'm going to get another core ally, I think. So I need a better creature to attack with. So neither of these are particularly good against, because I can't play both of these against the Ulamog's Despoiler, unfortunately, which would kill it. But I'm just going to have to skip attack there. So I have Trample as well. No, it's just a huge 9/9 creature. So we got here then, Grip of Desolation, exile target creature and target land. Oh wow, that is really quite terrifying. So I'm going to have to chump block that, I think. So I could kill that one with a Gideon's Reproach, which I think I will do. And then I think I'm just going to chump block that one. There we go. Didn't really have any way of taking it out without using 2 spells, which I couldn't afford to do anyway. What do we got here then? Oran Rife Survivalist. So whenever an Oran Rife Survivalist or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, you may put a 1/1 counter on Oran Rife Survivalist. Okay, so we can potentially make this one quite big. Yes, I would like to put the counter on it. So do I attack? I think I'm going to have to, just because otherwise I'm going to have to take the 9 damage next turn. This thing is just devastating. I need somewhere taking this out, and I don't know if I have the ability to do that or not. So what else have we got? We've got Wasteland Strangler, so Devoid. When a Wasteland Strangler enters the battlefield, you may put a card an opponent owns from exile into that player's graveyard. If you do so, target creature gains -3/-3 until end of turn. Right, I think I can't really come back from this, so I'm just going to give it a quick restart. If the game hasn't broken. Which it looks like it has. Okay, that broke the game. Never mind. Okay guys, so I'm back. So yeah, the game crashed. It was I had to like close it completely down. So yeah, I think I'll keep this hand. It's not too bad an opening hand. We've got a core Blade Whirler, another ally creature, an Oran Rife Survivalist, retreat to Emeria, and then a Canopy Vista as well. So I think I might play this one first, just because otherwise I'm not going to get it down anytime soon. So let's play the Canopy Vista, just so we get a green source down, so we can potentially play the Oran Rife Survivalist next turn. So we've got the 1/1 Sludge Crawler, Devoid and Ingest. Sludge Crawler gets +1/+1 until end of turn. So we're going to take the 1 damage and have the card exiled. I can accept that. So it's just a mana, not the end of the world. What else we got? Fathom Feeder, so Devoid with Death Touch, Ingest, and draw a card. Each opponent exiles the top card of his or her library. Wow, that's pretty brutal. So we're going to play the Plains, and then let's play the Oran Rife Survivalist, which will come down as a 2/2. So yeah, it'd be nice if I could activate the first strike on this, so I could actually potentially kill the Fathom Feeder on his end step. But is he swinging? He is swinging, so I may play to try and destroy the 1/1. Although no, he will be able to kill my creature there, so I'm just going to skip attack for now. Take the 2 damage, lose the 2 cards. So that's another mana, not the end of the world. We've got plenty of mana at the moment. Just 3 mana, okay. It's fine by me. Means I'm more likely to draw into decent cards. So, Core Castigator can't be blocked by Eldrazi Scions. Are any of these Eldrazi Scions? No, they are not. So, I think we'll just play the Core Blade Whirler. Pump this up. There we go. I think we'll go for the Retreat to Emeria next turn. And I'm just going to swing with the 3/3 at his face. So we just got to stay aggressive, I think, against the Eldrazi. And just hope we get a little bit lucky. We do potentially have Royal's Retribution to come down soon, and then he's played Grave Birthing. So target opponent exiles a card from his or her graveyard. You put a 1/1 colourless Eldrazi Scion creature token onto the battlefield. Okay, and he gets to draw a card. So I don't actually have anything in my graveyard, so he just gets essentially an Eldrazi Scion token for free. So swinging with the 1/1. So I think we just skip blocking there. We'll take the damage and lose the card. He's going to pump it up though to a 2/2. Okay, so I lose a core Blade Whirler. That's fine, we've already got one of them down, and he's played a Mist Intruder, which is a flying Eldrazi. Okay, so I think we shall drop the planes here. Probably the Retreat to Emeria, I think. Or do I drop the core Castigator? Mostly to give these guys first strike. Would that do anything? And then maybe Retreat to Emeria next turn? Because I could then Evolving Wilds and get like a double +1/+1 out of it. Yeah, I think that would probably work slightly better there. So give these guys first strike. There we go. And then, do I attack with all? I think I do. I've got to be aggressive here. Maybe I should have just attacked with a 4/4. It would have killed all of them. So he is just blocking the one creature, so it dies. There we go. So he's down to 15. We've got a pretty good board going now. We've got the Return to Emeria to come down next. Potential Roar's Retribution as well. So he's not swung. And he's played another Fathom Feeder, so another Death Touching creature. Okay, so watch this, guys. So we're going to drop the Retreat to Emeria. So we know that dropping a land will allow us to do some cool things. So what we're going to do now is drop the Evolving Wild. So what I'm going to do is generate my core artifact, my core token, which will activate all of these abilities. So we just hit yes. These will get first strike. And then what I can then do is pop the Evolving Wilds, activate it again. So I think we'll grab a forest maybe. And then what I can then do is pump up all of my creatures as well. Look at that. So we get a double whammy. So if any of this damage goes through, it could be pretty devastating for him. So he's played another Grave Birthing, which I think he gets a Scion. So I have to exile my Evolving Wilds, but it's not the end of the world. So he decided to block 2 of them, and the third one is going through. Okay, so we're looking in a pretty good place right now. So he's got 2 creatures down. Could potentially mill me for 3, basically, or exile 3 cards. It's sort of milling. It's a different kind of milling. Okay, so we've got 2 Royal's Retributions now, so we could potentially kill all of his creatures who tried to block. Yeah, attacking all blocking creatures. So play a Canopy Vista, so we'll give all our creatures +1/+1, because why not? They don't have first strike, but I should be able to kill pretty much all 3 of these creatures if he blocks with all of them. So we're going to then do Royal's Retribution, go 1, 2, 1, 1, and doesn't really matter where the third one goes. So back to you. Kills all of his creatures. That one gets pumped up. So I think I just lost something there. Why did I lose a card? Which one was that? Was it the Mist Intruder? I was wondering how he tapped land there. Or was it... Oh no, it was a Fathom Feeder. So he tapped the Fathom Feeder's ability, so he drew a card and we all both exiled a card as well, I think. So we're in a really good place here. We've got Royal's Retribution to keep anything down, so destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. Could have done with that in the last game, but hey ho. So we'll pump up everything by +1/+1 as we don't really need the ally at the moment because he's got nothing down. So we'll then swing for some pretty big damage here, and I think that's actually the win, providing he can't block this. Much better. So at least we won the second time round, which is awesome. We get 30 gold from that, which is enough for a pack as well. Awesome. So victory! Seagate once again belongs to the Zendikari, but you can't celebrate for long. A monstrous form appears in the horizon. It's the Eldrazi Titan Ulamog. He's on a warpath heading straight towards the Seagate. You need a plan. Okay, so that will be the end of the episode for now, as it has run on a bit longer than I expected. So we will be finishing the Battle for Zendikar campaign on the Wednesday episode, and then we'll be back to doing Friday Night Magic and weekly decks from then on. So I just wanted to get the campaign done and out of the way, introduce Battle for Zendikar. So let's just buy a pack as well, just the one. There we go. So we're going to get, let's open booster. So what have we managed to find? We managed to find an Akoum Firebird. This is a mythic rare one. Awesome. Flying and haste. So Akoum Firebird attacks each turn if able. So this is kind of like a red deck wins card. And then landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 6. If you do, return Akoum Firebird from your graveyard to the battlefield. Interesting. We've got Tandem Tactics, Shadow Glider, Unnatural Aggression. So it's a devoid. Target creature you control fights target creature and opponent controls. If the creature and opponent controls will die this turn, exile it instead. Interesting. Coastal Discovery. So this has got draw 2 cards with Awaken. Nice. Retreat to the Coral Helm. So it's a landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, can choose 1. You may tap or untap target creature or scry 1. Okay, interesting. So I'm kind of tempted to buy some coins at some point. Maybe you don't really get that many coins for the money, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna grind out the decks like I did before. So I'll probably just leave the episode here for now. So as always, guys, don't forget to comment and like if you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.